Hi guys, and welcome to your daily tarot reading for Saturday the 21st of January 2023. We have a new moon in Aquarius happening on this day. I've made a separate video on that. If you'd like some information on the new moon, please check that out. I go into a lot of detail. And the new moon in Aquarius is really a time to be inspired, to reset, to change your perspective on things, and to have these amazing eureka moments. So with that theme in mind, I want to use the Bosch Tarot for this reading because these cards, personally, they're too much for me, these cards. I've had them for like 2 years and I've used them once, mainly because I don't like these weird characters. But what is amazing about this deck is that it does give us an amazing, unique perspective on the tarot that I want to look at today. So I'm going to shuffle these cards a few times, and then I'm going to choose 3 to see what the tarot wants you to be aware of here and what energy you'll be working with on Saturday the 21st. Let's see. Okay, so the first card is the Ace of Swords. Okay, so that's a blessing from the universe in terms of your ideas. Then we've got the Tower, a major upheaval, something coming undone. And the Seven of Cups. Okay. Right, so the Ace of Swords is the first card in the Minor Arcana suit of swords, which is the element of air. And that has to do with communication and ideas and being inspired and being able to make decisions. So it's something that means that you're on top of things, you see things very, very clearly, and you generate new ideas that then kind of launch you into the future. What's interesting to me about this is it adds a level of confusion because, I mean, feel free to disagree with me, but she's sitting on this thing. That to me doesn't seem like a good idea at all. She's going to cut herself. I mean, and also she's wearing this red dress with a blue cap. So red is the root chakra and its connection with the earth, and it's your practical concerns like having a place to live and putting food on the table. So that's her main concern. And this black belt, that to me is the absorption of if there's anything that is negative, black in the tarot to me says it's this build-up, or it's this personal anticipation of something that you're going to have to deal with that you don't want to deal with. So that's telling me a totally different story here. So she's actually, it seems to me, like defending herself from something that she feels is coming in to threaten her practical security. Then we've got this blue cloth on her head, and blue is emotions. And you may think I'm reaching here, but to me that says you're thinking about your feelings rather than actually feeling them. So she's doing what she feels needs to be done, but there's a real sense of being in distress here and using your ideas as a defense mechanism to stave off something dreadful that you feel is coming. Then we've got the bird at the back, and it's not flying, so there's a lack of freedom. So this is a very different ace card because usually the ace appears out of a cloud, like this disembodied hand appears and this giant sword is presented to you, and sometimes it has jewels on it and sometimes it has like a victory wreath, and it's like, oh, you know, the king of all ideas arrives in your life and it will change your life if you act upon it, and it's a fabulous, amazing gift and blessing from the universe that something goes off inside of you that then allows you to completely change your life around because you now have a greater understanding that allows you to transcend a situation, right? Or it can be that you're so massively inspired that the plot for your screenplay walks into your head. Ta-da. So here, it's interesting because she's obviously anticipating something. And then we've got the Tower card, which is the actual dreaded moment. So if anything, it says that you have a precognitive ability to anticipate something going awry. And if any of that comes up for you today, listen to those, because it'll allow you to nip it in the bud. That's what I feel. So it's almost like you become intuitive about things that potentially could go wrong. You jump in and intervene. And on one level, you can stop the explosion because you knew it was coming, right? And on another level, it's a confirmation that you can really trust your gut. If you get the sense of, okay, I'm being introduced to this this potential partner in business, and I'm shaking their hand or fist bumping or whatever, and I get this sinking dread in my stomach that this partnership isn't going to be something amazing in my life, then that is really something you should pay a lot of attention to, especially on this day, because it could help you avert disaster. So the Tower card in itself is usually represented as a tower, and sometimes lightning strikes and it's blown up and people go flying off the sides. It really is a card that talks about a real fixture in your life, something that you rely on, something that can even be home or feel like home in your life, becomes massively disrupted and destroyed, and it feels like the rug has been pulled out from under you and your life is just changed in the blink of an eye. It's really one of those big life-changing things that then means you're on a different journey altogether. Here it's more like, it seems like Dante's Inferno to me. We've got all these like devils flying around, and then we've got like, if you ever read Terry Pratchett, Terry Pratchett wrote this Discworld series of books, and death always appeared in the books, but there was also a death of rats, specialized just on rats, and this kind of, it looks very, very similar. Then we have some more strange creatures. We have a fish taking off. Okay, so it's pandemonium, it's chaos, although in this one, we've got no lightning really. We've just got these flames in the back, but we've got a tree growing on there. So this wasn't recent. This is a ruin. So this is something that's been defunct for a long time. This tower has been out of service for a long time, and we've got this whole community like built up around it. So to me, this doesn't say there's a big explosion in your life. To me, it says that there's something that should be left behind because it no longer serves you in any way, capacity, shape, or form, and it's just a big burden. So if you feel defensive about something like that, and you've really had it with something in your life, then please also take that very seriously and say, is this something I really want to continue? Because the Ace of Swords is this brilliant idea, and there's a sense of lightness associated with it, right? Because it's air. And the Tower is the opposite. That is as heavy as it gets. So it's by changing the way you think and making different decisions that you can live a lighter life. And you don't have to tend to an old ruin. Finally, the Seven of Cups, which I think is amazing here. The Seven of Cups is about contemplating your hopes and dreams. And usually it's a darkened figure looking at 7 cups in a cloud. But this is much more dreamlike. So we've got it on this cute little thing down here in red. Again, red is the root chakra, and it's your practical concerns. So here you're concerned that you're going to lose something, whereas the reality is this thing, you've lost it already because it no longer serves you. And here you're now open to looking at your practical hopes and dreams for your life and how each one can grow into the next. Oh, I love it. And then we've got this bird here holding up these 3, and that isn't exactly flying either, but it seems to be going somewhere. So there's this card is saying to me, you can change your circumstances by allowing yourself to dream, by using these great ideas that you're getting now and these intuitive hits. Avoid this, go with this, because that's very accessible to you. So allow yourself to dream of what could be, and that will give you much more freedom in your life and different areas which you feel are enriching. So it's a reminder that certain things, you can't carry everything forever if you're going to kind of, I don't even want to say update, but if you're going to be in that process of dreaming and manifestation and creating something new, you can't do that while tending to the past. You can balance them for a while, and I think that sounds like a lot of work, I suppose. But what am I trying to say? I'm trying to say that if you're only conserving what already exists and what has been, it makes it much more difficult to tap into this youthful energy of I'm dreaming for what could be in future. I mean, they're polar opposites, I feel. I also think it's going to be difficult to balance that on this day, nor should you balance it, because it's all about new ideas, new hopes and dreams for a new tower that actually isn't a ruin but built up and is of some use, you know? Okay, so number-wise we have 1, and what's there, 16. So 16 and 1 is 17, and 7 is 24. 2 and 4 is 6, and 6 is a temporary opportunity. So the opportunity to evaluate really what no longer serves a purpose here, and how can I replace that with something hopeful in future that will serve me and provide even better structure in my life. Yeah, so it's time to update the hopes and dreams and to kind of move on to the next thing. Yeah, and so that is also like a personal stock take, because you're looking and you're saying, okay, what am I just carrying here in my life? And what actually serves me, and how can I rearrange things so there is more balance? Okay, so I hope you have a wonderful day. If you would like a personal reading with me, please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. On the front page, click on Book Your Reading to audio reading with me. I use astrology, the tarot, and numerology in my personal readings. I combine all three, as well as my intuition, to kind of give you answers. I need your place of birth, date of birth, and time of birth to draw up your natal chart. If you don't have the time of birth, then please order a chart rectification with me. That's a process where I work out your time of birth. And once I have that information, if you have any questions about your life purpose or what needs to be let go of, or you've got different ideas to choose from and you want to see which are most compatible with your astrology and which are most aligned with your personality ultimately, and what hopes and dreams are coming up in future. If you have any questions at all around moving or career or relationships, please do get in touch with me for a personal reading. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, please hit subscribe and share the video online. Please check out the video on the new moon in Aquarius. Have a great day, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.